Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Rip with a SCENTSY haul. This is not a big SCENTSY haul, but I did a one and done club to get the bars that I wanted from the Wild Flowers and Wild Horses collection. And then I also grabbed for my half price item, the Whiff box for August. Now, this video is going up in September, so this Whiff box is no longer available or applicable necessarily. However, I still wanted to show it because all of the products that are in this Whiff box are available in the fall winter catalog. So I still wanted to share my thoughts on all the products just in case there's something that you have questions on or that you're interested in, that you can kind of see my thoughts. So let's start with the Whiff box, then I'll go into the bars that I grabbed. So first thing in the Whiff box is a washer Whiff in Magnolia Shimmer. This is the 16-ounce size, it looks like. This is a scent that's coming to the laundry line for fall, winter, and I'm definitely curious about it. So I was happy to get some washer Whiffs to not only use, but to smell and kind of try. This is floral. This is very floral forward. It reminds me of that bar. What is that Magnolia bar that's in the spring summer catalog normally? I can't think of what it's called, but very floral Magnolia forward. I definitely get some clean, fresh laundry vibes to this. This is not probably an every person type of scent. I love jammy time in the laundry, and one of the reasons that I love jammy time so much, not only do I just really enjoy the scent, but I feel like it's a good universal scent. It's good for men, women, kids, your bedding, your towels. It kind of is just a classic laundry scent that I think fits a variety of people that you're doing laundry for. This one definitely leans feminine. Very pretty. I would have rather had Starburst Sky. I would love to have Starburst Sky back in the laundry because that one was so good. But still a nice, pretty floral scent. If you like floral laundry products or just floral scents in general, you might want to try the Magnolia Shimmer in the laundry products. So that was item number one. Then this one. This is really what kind of sold me on this Whiff box. I always like getting the scent of the month for the next month and trying those too, but they had the bathroom cleaner in Sun Drenched Cotton. So Sun Drenched Cotton was in our Destination collection back in the summertime, and this was by far my favorite bar. I bought, I think, 8 of those bars. It is so good, and I cannot tell you how excited I am that it was coming to the cleaning products this fall. When I do my party closeout, I'm definitely picking up multiple counter cleans of it because I see myself using that all the time. It is a beautiful, warm linen scent. It is going to be so beautiful for the spring and summer. I'm actually kind of surprised that it made the catalog for fall winter because it's definitely a spring summer scent in my opinion, but it is just a classic, warm, cozy laundry scent. And if you don't like laundry, I think you would still like this because the laundry is not overpowering or too intense by any means, and it's just really warm smelling. I've never tried our bathroom cleaners, if you can believe it. And so I'm excited to try the bathroom cleaner, but that also that it's in the Sun Drenched Cotton. And like I said, very much looking forward to grabbing some of the counter clean when I close out my party. And then there were 3 bars in this Whiff box. So the September scent of the month, and then 2 scents that are coming to the catalog, 2 of the 10 new scents. So let's start with these. I grabbed my computer to pull up the notes. So I have had these already. I did the 10 scents as far as cold sniff, and then I also warmed all 10 of them and did a warm sniff review. Both of these were winners for me, and so both of these are bars that I will be repurchasing So I was very excited to get a bar in the Whiff box. The first of the two is Emerald Pear Blossom. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare. This one has notes of emerald pear, white cranberry, and amber blossom. This is a really nice, crisp, sweet pear. Oh, I love it. You definitely have to like pear, but it's a very crisp, juicy pear. I wouldn't say it's honey spiced. It's very sweet. It almost gives me a little bit of apple vibes in some way. It is gorgeous. It is a powerhouse. This is one that I probably will pick up a 6-pack of, or maybe just 5 now that I have this one. But this is a perfect transitional scent from summer into fall. Then the other one is White Oak and Woodland. So White Oak Woodland has notes of velvet plum, creamy sandalwood, and white oak. Now, to me, this one's very oak heavy. The best way that I can think to describe this, and this is how I described it after I warmed it in my warm reviews. To me, this is like if Vanilla Oak that we had come back for the Father's Day collection in June, if Vanilla Oak had a baby with white pumpkin and driftwood. This is very oak heavy, and I really get a lot of oak from that Vanilla Oak, but there's something in like white pumpkin and driftwood that is very upscale, boutique, kind of classy fall to me. And I don't know how best to describe that, but that is the feeling that I get when I melt white pumpkin and driftwood. And so this bar definitely has that type of quality to me. It's a very upscale, just reminds me of going into like a cozy shop in the fall time, but maybe one that's a little bit bougie, and you get the oak. It is such a pretty scent. I do think this one could stand to sit a little bit just because I don't feel like it was the most amazing performer when I warmed it. I still could smell it. I still really enjoyed it, but I could have seen it be a little bit stronger. But again, a good transitional type fragrance and a good fall fragrance if you don't want a lot of pumpkin and spice and those type of kind of more classic fall fragrances. This leans fall without, I'll drop it. This leans fall without it being those things, if that makes sense. So very happy to have more of that. And then, let me pull up the notes for this one. The September scent of the month. I'm glad that I got it in this Whiff box because I'm not sure that I would purchase this scent. It just, note-wise, isn't up my alley. So getting it in a Whiff box, if there's already other products that you like, is a great way to try the next month's scent of the month. So for September, it is Frights and Delights. And don't forget, the warmer and the scent are 10% off during the month of, the scent of that month. So right now, this guy is 10% off. So, I mean, love the name, love the label. That is totally up my alley. The notes are caramelized sugar, golden apple, and cinnamon spice. And I get so much caramel from this. And I don't know why that is. I mean, it's caramelized sugar, but I've had caramelized sugar from them before and not gotten sticky sweet caramel. This is very syrupy sweet caramel. Almost butterscotch or like maple syrup leaning. Like I get that kind of heaviness from this bar. I was hoping it would be more like sweet apple with some cinnamon sugar on it and that beautiful caramelized vanilla that I have gotten in other bars, like toasted caramel sugar. That one to me is a very beautiful caramelized sugar. This one leans straight up syrupy, sticky caramel. So I will warm it and I will give my thoughts on it in an empties video, but it's not one that I feel strongly about. But I don't always gravitate for these types of scents, and I know that. So I just know that this one is not entirely up my scent preference. So that is the Whiff box. Pretty good Whiff box, I think, for the month. Then let's pull up the next set of notes. We will quickly go over the bars that I got for the Wildflowers and Wild Horses collection. I really enjoyed this collection as a whole, and I got all 5 of these scents. I really liked them. I liked them on cold, but I liked them even better on warm. I think on warm that these scents really came to life. So first up, I got 3 of Saddle Up. This one actually surprised me for how much I enjoyed it. So this says it is soft suede, aged leather, sheer musk, and fresh air. This one's definitely very leather and suede heavy. But I liked it, and I don't normally like scents like this. All of these were great performers, so I'll just say that kind of as a blanket statement. I loved all of them as far as performance. This one, I would say, is probably my least favorite of the 5, but my living room is kind of American West, Southwest themed. I have a lot of like cowboy stuff and oranges and yellows and those kind of sunset colors, and my rug is very Southwestern themed. And so when I was melting this, I just kept thinking about melting this scent in my living room. And I don't have leather furniture or anything, but I thought that it would just go nicely in there. Plus my brother lives in Fort Worth, Texas, and so whenever I smell leather and suede, I really think of that area, and I kind of think of my brother. So this, for a couple reasons, I just wanted to grab a couple more bars to have, and I know that I will thoroughly enjoy melting this. So happy to have a few more of Saddle Up. I'll kind of work my way, I guess, from like bottom to top. So another one that I got 3 of is Whiskey River. And Whiskey River has notes of crisp, rushing river undercurrents, carry sweet notes of golden plum and bourbon barrel. I really love the scent of this. It just didn't perform as good as the rest of them. Still a good performer, but it wasn't as strong. And I feel like I have a lot of scents like this. But this is really pretty. I don't get a ton of bourbon barrel per se, but to me this is a very sweet plum scent. I'm trying to pop it out so I can smell the bottom. There we go. Yeah, it's just a sweet plum. You get like a little bit of the bourbon, where I just feel like there's kind of a depth to this bar. A very nice kind of fall forward fruit. So 3 of Whiskey River. Then the next 2 are kind of tied. I don't know if I love one more than the other, but I got 4 of Wild Mountain Sky. And Wild Mountain Sky is described as refreshing vistas of mountain pine, cypress, blue eucalyptus, and fern sprigs. This was probably my favorite on cold. This is a powerhouse, and it is a very fresh tree scent. So you got the tree, but you really get eucalyptus, the fern. It's bright, it's crisp, it's refreshing. This is a great spring summer scent. If you want tree that is gonna clean your house out, Wild Mountain Sky. Such a good tree fragrance. And I melted this in the same on the same day as the next one, and I was going back and forth between the rooms, and these blended so beautifully together. So the Wild Mountain Sky, and then 4 of Wildflowers and Sage. So I had Wildflowers and Sage in my living room, I think, and then the Wild Mountain Sky in my kitchen, and just them mingling kind of in the middle and going back and forth between the rooms. Oh, it was such a great day. This is an incredibly intense scent. Very, very strong. This is described as wildflowers, fresh mint, white moss, and sage leaves. This is green, but minty and bright and crisp and herbaceous. The mint, just a touch, leans a little dentist office to me, but not much. It's just earthy and fresh and crisp and gorgeous. I really like this whole collection. I think they did such an amazing job. So good. And then my favorite, I got 8. At first I was going to get 6, so then I was like, I want a few more. 8 of Silver Spur. So I liked this one on cold, but this bar I feel like you need to put into your warmer to get an understanding of. I loved this. So Silver Spur. This one has notes of smoky campfire and silver spruce and lavender. This is a very smoky bar to me. To me, I really get smoky tree. It's a great performer. To me, it's a very similar type of smoke as to Around the Campfire. I don't know if other people feel that way, but it is that smoky scent, but you get the tree at the same time. This is gonna be so gorgeous for the winter. Fall, winter, bonfire, cold, snowy day outside. I love this. And it just, like I said, on warm, it just kind of comes to life, and it's so warm and cozy. And let me tell you, I loved these bars in the heat of the summer when it really wasn't seasonally appropriate for all of them. And so I know I'm gonna love this even more in the winter when the mood and the weather outside matches what I'm trying to warm on the inside. I love this so much. So glad to have more of that. But that is my haul. So short and sweet. Probably don't care if you have seen a lot of hauls with the Wildflowers and Wild Horses collection and a couple of videos just for me on it, but it was a really good collection. And I am not always the biggest fan of SCENTSY's earthy scents. I feel like they try and sometimes they fall short. For me, like the Puddles and Petals collection really fell short, and I wanted more from that. And so I kind of went into this one with a little bit of a similar mindset, and I was very pleasantly surprised. So I would love to know, have you guys tried any of the new scents? Have you tried the September scent of the month? What do you think about Sun-Drenched Cotton? And what do you think about the Wildflowers and Wild Horses collection? Is there a bar or a scent that stand out to you? I would love to hear all of your thoughts. Thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.